Okay, I've started the stream. You guys have to tell me what's going on.
Well, because like compared to like gifts on AWS, there's something where it's like, I don't want to accidentally like get charged $100 or something.
You can do a tragic service. Tragic service. My service is they're really cheap.
I'm forced to drink purple Fanta. There's no water. Oh, tastes like Kool-Aid. Alright.
One day, just have like an exploit day. I'd love to exploit. Yeah, well, we can invite great hackers or something, and I'll see what that section looks like. Buy your next now. One second.
Someone's got to check.
What did you say this called?
Lug.pizza/live. Go to it.
Oh, I like your like penguin inside.
Thank you.
Do you think you fixed it like flickering?
What do you think?
No, I'm not seeing any either.
That's wonderful. That's the beauty of hardware and coding.
Oh, I forget. I'm trying to see if I can get someone from Mozilla.
Nice.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but
Who is it?
so like over the weekend I did like a study thing. Mozilla's trying to schedule like open source clubs on campuses, so I got in on it and I did the interview and stuff, and at the end I asked the guy.
That's awesome.
So do you think anyone from Mozilla is going to want to come? So because how to come? The interview is about and he said he doesn't work for Mozilla, but he's like affiliated with them, so he'll reach out.
You should find out because there's people because there won't be a lot of people in Atlanta.
I emailed the Rust guys a while ago. I should re-email them.
I think most of the Rust guys already have one. So it's like
A lot of them are remote, like Steve, because of course I'm on a first name basis with him. If you're watching, Steve. Anyway, he's in New York, and then some other guys are like in the office. What they said was like basically, if they're like if they're doing a lot of things in the southeast, then they'll like drop by.
one thing that I've never been able to do, and I've always wanted to, is because in the summer and I've never been to Integrate in summer, is Southeast Linux conference.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's always been 1 year.
So is the sound working?
Yeah. It was just now.
Wow, everything's working, guys. Can you believe it?
Oh, I didn't check it out.
Okay, everything's working from the viewers on online's perspective.
We need to make a logo for our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just steal like a logo image that's already created. We need to make one. We need to make it false.
I wanted to just like take a picture with our very first subscriber ever.
Very first what?
Subscriber. And just have us.
What are the plans for the freestyle machine? Like, what in terms of getting funds?
As far as I can tell, like no one will answer me on funds.
Okay.
So
Have you tried? So I can't remember who I was talking about it, but it might be easier to two things. We want to make it so it's like the path of least resistance for them. So it's like easier for them to give us the money than it is to like always tell us no.
yeah.
So we should like bug them all.
So you're not making this quite easier, you're making it harder.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know.
Damn, I'm gonna be out of town.
Council meetings?
Yeah, every UCouncil. I can't not go to the UCouncil meetings because then like Troy will call me out for some reason.
Wait, what?
Troy will call me out when I miss a UCouncil meeting. I don't know.
Oh, he does. I mean, I believe it.
Yeah.
But like,
I have a weird I don't know. I don't know if he does it to everyone, but
You don't know what?
if he calls everyone out.
I think, yeah, you're supposed to always have like a member at the meeting. I have a TA meeting at that time, so I can't do it.
But like,
Tuesdays at 11.
I mean, we don't have to be.
I do.
It's on, yeah, it's on the video.
anime club is never there because like it's an inside joke. I don't even know what they're even doing as a club. Okay, I guess this is on record. Whatever. Okay.
There's one person watching now. I wonder if that's the.
Oh no.
Definitely.
Sorry, anime club.
I mean, we could
Oh,
match
there's a cosplay club, right?
What's up?
And there's a cosplay club.
Yeah, like not many of the weird clubs are there, but like I'm always there.
Isn't the cabbage program soon?
Cabbage.
Yeah, it's like they meet like once a year and they just see who can eat a whole head
That's a real club.
Is that a CSC org?
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
It's not a cabbage. It's not a CSE word.
Yeah, it's not CC.
Okay.
It's a 50% club.
Yeah.
They're meeting soon.
Damn. That. I've never eaten a whole head of cabbage or anywhere near that in my life.
It's really difficult. Only certain people have it.
We gotta do something like that to get attention for our club.
We could. Well,
We
yeah,
gotta, like-
finish the thing we're trying to build.
No, we gotta eat something. Obviously. Yeah. When do you
We could
wanna?
enter.
Do you wanna like? I don't know cute very well.
We could. I mean, we could switch it to something else.
You just wanna do a web app.
Can we do that? I think it'd be difficult actually to do it that way.
It'd be easy.
No, because I mean, we need access to like the USB drive, and like there's some API that Josh is like.
Yeah, that's
talking about,
fine.
But I don't know if that's.
No. Like a Node app. Okay.
Oh, you
For-
mean like
just-
one of
just-
the V8 things or whatever.
Yeah, I'm never one to propose Node.js for things, but you know,
I like how you just.
in this case,
Is there
like-
any feature we can like cut off the rambling at the beginning of these videos?
I think this content is really important.
That should be like can you edit within YouTube?
Yeah, you can. There should be a feature that does it. I don't
Or like
know.
for example, like if I just did my presentation, I accidentally like had a password like show for a second that I want to like scramble out later.
But it's live though.
Yeah, I know it's live. Like
Yeah.
it's pointless at that point. But
We're doing it live, guys. Anything could happen.
just part of my
Anything.
concern is, I mean, I know this isn't secure, but the way I keep all of my passwords is I just have an encrypted Vim file. I like use Vimcrypt on my.
What the shit is Vimcrypt?
So it's encrypted,
Mhm.
but like I just open it up and read it if I need to remember a password or something.
What if you use the keyring?
See, I could do that, and I'm not entirely like I probably should.
That's like what they're for, right?
But I haven't learned all this stuff, and I always get annoyed by like pop-ups because it doesn't tell
Yeah.
me what application is wanting my password. It just says enter your password in, and I wish I knew what application was asking for that given
Huh.
password. Or at least from whenever I've like experimented with it, it doesn't specifically say.
I think
like,
K-Wallet does say,
Okay.
but I might be pulling it out of my ass.
Whenever it's known password manager, it doesn't. I mean, it might. There might
Try
be
it.
some options I can figure out.
I tried using LastPass, and all it did was make me realize how much of the same password I use everywhere else. Because it always gives you a warning, like, hey, you use this password like 10 other times, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Josh, I have a joke in this presentation that was especially written for you. You excited?
Sure.
Yeah, all right, whatever. I'm going to the FSF tomorrow.
What is the EFF?
Gonna knock on their door.
Did they tell you what they were actually doing for the EFF?
No, I saw you quoted me on XMBP. What was that about?
What?
Someone
Apparently-
quoted me.
Wait, what?
Alan J.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Dude, the video show says Germany to 1,000 miles.
Yeah, it does.
I believe it was the other Alan, the one that spent with Jay.
Yeah, Jay's gonna come to lug. Why? Did you guys like my lug?
His name is Alan, or else I'll feel like an asshole. I'm pretty sure.
That's one thing.
Yeah,
That's one thing I
So-
hate about, or I feel so bad about, because like it's easy for in lug to like know a bunch of people and not know their names. Maybe that's just me.
It's easy. It's easy.
And
And
it's even worse, it's really bad for me, because all sorts of people will come to me for help, and I'll be like, I have no idea who you are. Well, I've been to every lug meeting.
it's easy in life.
Oh my
As
god,
well.
did everybody already eat all of the fucking gummies?
I think there's only one.
There's one
Oh.
gummy.
Yeah, here earlier.
I do like it too, so.
Oh my god, they're so good. These are like the reason I came was to see the game CD.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
So can I install either one of these on top of Arch?
Yeah, you can.
You can do anything if you put your mind to it.
You can do anything you want to,
The
ever.
answer is yes.
Do you guys like my lug nuts greeting? Is that
Yeah, I like that.
you liked it? Lug nuts. You said keck.
You replied on. Or you
I said,
replied
no, I
to
said heck because his browser or his email client is rendering it totally wrong.
Oh, really?
That's the reason he said, I'm fairly certain that's the reason he said, God damn it.
I sent it as plain text.
Well, the thing is, it's annoying with plain text. I feel like it's still an unsolved problem. Because people will bitch at you if you don't, or in the lug community, people will complain at you if you don't send in plain text. However, if you, in the new line, that 80 characters, and do it on mobile, it looks like shit. Because it will like wrap around
Who
halfway.
the hell uses a mobile device? That does not run on the new free software.
Yeah, I don't think Herd's been ported to mobile yet. I don't think Herd has been ported to mobile yet.
You like
So
Arch?
I can't use it. Yeah. No, that's totally the mail client's fault.
Mostly because ARM's not standardized.
Yeah. There's. So I don't know what the EFF is, to answer your question. I mean, I don't know what the event is.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That should have, yeah, it was
The FF weird about it.
It's about privacy or something.
Why do you get it a day later? Maybe it's in your spam folder and it just takes a day.
I want to go because I actually do want to go to an EFF event, but I don't want to go if it's just going to be some talk about like freedom.
Yeah, freedom. If there's GPL stickers, will you get me one?
The EFF,
It's different than
There might
the really
be.
awesome
They're
EFF
not that
stickers.
FSF.
I know, but
The
there might be.
really awesome EFF stickers I got at work. They gave us a bunch of these sheets when they came. They're little camera stickers that say this, and the stickers, like the sticker sheet is labeled, "This is advanced anti-hacker technology," and it's just a sticker with the EFF logo that you stick on your camera.
That's wonderful.
I know.
Advanced. So can you give me a demo of like me taking a picture without like the light showing up? Can you give me a demo of taking a picture with a webcam without the light showing up? Or how complicated is that? I guess it's a creepy question, but
Depends on your camera.
I want to know.
Does your camera expose it as like a separate LED, or does your camera use it internally hardware? That's where it comes down to.
I have no idea. If it's internally in hardware,
And you can't do it unless you like hack the firmware on the camera or something.
yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, Josh. Will you tell everyone about the new hack, the stack layout randomization exploit? Yeah. Free the stack. Yeah, I think it was in JavaScript.
Basically,
What do you call it first? Let me just Google it.
automated stack layout organization. The general idea,
Oh,
it got permanently broken on 22 architectures, including x86. The exploit was in JavaScript. But no, the way it works is really clever.
That's intense.
They actually invalidate the cache where the page table will sit, one of the lower level page tables. And then they'll ping an address to see if it's slower or not. And if it's slower, you
know at least 9 bits of the address because they just had to recache that page table you invalidated. In doing this, they can invalidate any ASLR scheme of bits of entropy as like the depth of page table timers, the index. So on x86 it's 36 bits, which is way higher than I think even GRSEC uses. And this wasn't an x86 specific thing because page tables and caches are pretty standard. They got 22 architectures that just cannot be fixed without like changing the ISA. So ASLR is useless now.
This is awesome.
I wouldn't call it awesome, but it's certainly cool.
Information wants to be free, Josh.
I don't want those
Bad.
pointers may want to be free. I don't want those pointers.
Can you randomize? I mean, this defeats the point of caching. Couldn't you insert delays randomly insert delays into certain memory accesses? That's not necessarily.
It would slow your process
No,
down
it would.
so quickly.
Yeah, it would, but well, you would only enable it if like there's.
So the JavaScript solution to this was to remove fine timers because you can't actually hit this without a fine timer because you have to have a timer fine enough to.
Okay, so browsers. Yeah, so browsers. I mean, they can still.
No, so they browsers banned fine timers for other exploits similar to this a while ago that needed fine timers.
Okay.
So they went and built their own nanosecond timer without the equivalent timer in JavaScript to make it work. So like they were like all those previous exploits that were supposed to be fixed by the end of the timer we got around those too.
Nice.
They're basically like magic.
That would be really cool if I understood how it worked.
Do you know page tables?
No.
Oh.
I'm not a sysarc.
Oh.
Thread.
You're theory and int, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so.
Thought so. Wow.
I've asked you before.
Wow.
So
Whatever.
maybe you answer the question. So I don't understand how
Jay.
how you can exploit these after free. So I understand like you're not supposed to use a memory location after freeness, but how do you actually exploit that to
So
to execute order
the way you exploit it is you essentially rely on the fact that the memory that pointer is going to point to is going to be.
the one you're protecting.
So basically the idea is the memory that the use after free pointer is going to be pointing to is high level theory random, but if you actually look at a particular malloc implementation, it's usually going to be like pretty deterministic and reused. Yeah. So the idea is if you figure out what the methods using your use after free pointers do, then you can invoke them in a certain order to poke that memory for you.
Oh, so you can like let's say
That's why it's really hard to exploit because you have to have like the perfect combination of functions and like pointers to get that to work.
But what about, so there's this thing, might be sort of related to this ALSR, there's like heap spraying, where you like, just like, put random data in all of the, not random, but like,
Basically, you spray your like return pointer everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Something you do.
yeah.
That could be what I guess about it.
So like, how does, I guess that's a way to exploit.
That could be exploiting. I mean, I guess if you have access to spray shit all over the heap, you kind of already want to go away because you're exploiting the arbitrary code at that point.
Not necessarily. You're not, because you would just fill in a buffer with like, let's say in JavaScript, you have a variable string data. You just fill in that string with a bunch of bytes, like, instructions.
I'm not really sure what the goal of heap spraying is. I haven't heard of that before. But I could like, I don't know. I mean, as far as I'm aware, the state of the art is usually rock-oriented programming, not return-oriented. Basically, yeah, you just construct like a giant stack of multiple Because on the typical code base, you can use an automated tool to deploy almost every x86 instruction before a return.
You guys ready to learn about Dix?
GUIX is clearly better because their logo is significantly better.
Doesn't that logo remind you of some like animal or something?
Like
It
a,
reminds me of like a work
like a,
Like a like a
or, yeah, like a new, right? Isn't that the animal pronunciation?
like a mountain lion?
Puma?
Yeah, like a pangolin.
Sorry? Oh my god, thank you. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
A little bit.
You rose from the dead, right?
It's a wildebeest. It looks like
You rose this from the dead.
Is a wildebeest? It's true. It's true. All right. Let's begin. What's up? Oh, that projector is broken.
Nix doesn't have support.
If you're watching with us online, you don't get to see the broken stuff, so that's great. I also think this is the first time that we've had everything's been working on the live stream, but maybe after I start talking for like a little bit, OBS will just want me to shut up, so it'll stop working at some point. But let's hope and pray. Okay. NixOS and GuixSD. Does anyone know what this is? I do. Who knew what it was like 5 hours ago?
Like before that or exactly 5 hours?
Exactly 5 hours ago. What about like a week ago? Or like a day ago?
I mean, I've known this since about the launch day.
Josh has known this for a
I
while.
just haven't really pursued it.
And that means like, I think
When this was released,
this was like 2004.
Like Y Combinator building different sites.
So like Nix is like all the way back from 2004. So like you were pretty young when this happened.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Never mind.
It got really popular like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know what happened to that. Maybe like the website got prettier or something.
I think
It's Hacker News. It's probably
had, like,
Hacker
a major
News.
Release because I remember first hearing about it with some release.
Yeah, it's probably like some stable or
It might
whatever.
have been like the first 1.0 or something.
Yeah. Okay, so our question is it better than Chef? And then by the transitive property, is it better than Puppet?
That doesn't.
So it's a little bit related to Chef and Puppet in that NixOS and GuixSD are both operating systems, but that take the configuration management like thing and the declarative style or blah blah blah. They take configuration management and they put it at the OS level, which is kind of saying too much. It's really at the package manager level, but there's just two OSs built around it to make it easier to use and to make the package manager easier to use.
NixOS and GUIX like SD, like you edit every single file on your system.
Like Puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll learn, and you know, is it better than Chef? And of course, by Chef, I mean the movie Chef. Have people seen Chef? Okay, well, the target to beat is 86%. So if we all like it by the end of this presentation, oh shit, it's Nathan! Oh, shit, Nathan. Okay. Oh my god. Dude. Okay, now lug.pizza/live, Nathan. It's good to see you. For those of you guys that don't know, Nathan has been a longtime NixOS user and evangelist. And now that he's here, I'm much more nervous about my presentation. So we'll see how that goes. But as I was saying, if more than 86% of us like these ideas, then we can beat out Chef, which, you know, is like widely regarded as okay. So good. So for those of you guys who don't know and who want to learn, and especially for those of you guys who are really, really into functional programming, like I know a lot of you guys like to circle jerk about that, but it's pretty cool. What's up? Functional programming. It's good. It gets a lot of hype, sometimes too much hype maybe, on all those Hacker News posts. But this is around like that. And to prove it to you, look at the NixOS logo, which is actually lambdas in a circle. Yeah. So,
GuixSD is like a really bad.
functional. Anyway, NixOS is our first candidate. The purely functional operating system. I didn't write that. That's from the homepage. You can have, it's all declarative, so it's like Puppet or something, I guess. But it's even more declarative because it's functional, right? We all know that functional is just a keyword.
More declarative than a purely declarative language.
Functional is just a keyword. You just sprinkle it on sentences and it makes things better, is what I've read on the internet. Atomic upgrades, reliable upgrades, all super important. And fast rollbacks. So basically, you upgrade, you change some stuff. If you're using one of these OS variants, you get an entry added to your boot menu, and you can boot into previous configurations all the way back from when you started. So that's pretty cool. And if you boot back into one of these previous ones, there's no like copying over stuff you have to do. You just kind of boot into it, and you can boot back into the future ones in the future. It's all super simple.
I've been triggered by your
Triggered. That's not the one I had you in mind. So like keep looking.
You've already triggered.
So I say it's a source-based package management system. And if you're like, don't know a lot about Gentoo, which I don't know a lot about, you might think, oh shit, that sounds like Gentoo, but it's not. Or BSD apparently, but for Josh's words, not mine. I don't mess with BSD.
Well, I mean, BSD uses ports and Gentoo uses portage. You've never made the connection before.
I've never made the connection before. Anyway, what happens is that like basically everything is in source in the repo. You download it, you can configure it with the Nix DSL, and when you have configured it, it builds your program according to that configuration. But if that configuration already exists in the repos as a binary, it'll just use that version. And so basically, the binary just acts like a cache, and then if you want to do something special, you'll have to build it yourself. So it's a good middle ground, but it also lets like non-free programs sneak in, and we'll see some of that and some of that clash with Guix in the future. But the most important thing, that's not the most important thing. But the last thing is multi-user package management, which is, I've been doing a hacky way for myself. Basically, like, if any of you guys have had to deal with like the awfulness that is NPM, you don't want to just like install globally all of this shit, because like it's a bunch of like CoffeeScript hipsters that wrote it. So I'm making a lot of friends on this YouTube channel, I can tell. So I just so you like put some directory in your home folder, maybe like a .bin, and you add it to your path, and you just install stuff to there. But those hacky days are over with Nix, and by extension Guix. So I should make the distinction now. NixOS is the OS that uses Nix, the package manager. SD is the OS that uses Guix as the package manager. And you'll see that they're all kind of pretty close together. That's because they were based off the same paper. I'll get into that. So, shit, I already talked about this. Well, that's what it is. What else we got? So what does it look like? Basically, all Nix packages are in this /nix/store. So when you go to that, that's like most of your system, if not almost all of your system configuration. And what you have here is just all of the inputs that were used to make that package. They were like catted together, they were hashed. You guys recognize what kind of hash this is? I think it's like, doesn't matter. Thank you. Anyway, dash Firefox, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so basically if you change the version, change configuration, change parameters, you'll get a different hash, and then you'll get a different directory in this Nix store, and your package can coexist with many other versions of the same thing, and that package can also link to the specific versions that it wants. So you can like immediately see that you can now describe all of your dependencies very, very exactly, and maybe you won't have to go through all this dependency hell that we're all used to. So yeah, does the same thing for configuration files. You change it, you like, there's a command line thing that says like apply changes. It's not called that, but it reads the file, it applies the changes, everything goes smoothly. It just does it. You don't have to reboot. It's really weird. I'm not comfortable with it, but it's pretty cool. And you might be wondering then, well, where are all the files at? Like, where are all my binaries at? Well, they're not there. They're all in Nix store. So everything is now going to be in Nix store from now on. So there's no bin, sbin, blah, blah, blah. There's none of that cruft where you can like put things in a global namespace. You know, those days are over. But because those days aren't completely behind us, we have to include /bin/ and /user bin end, right? I think those are the big standard ones. But I can prove it to you with a tree. Oops.
Is it just because of the shebang on
Yeah, so
So this is using like one of the
so people like so the program env is supposed to guarantee that it's installed at that absolute path everywhere, and so like it's important that it is there, and a lot of scripts expect it, but you know, like so
Is there an option to use it without discussing Go Linux hierarchy?
disgusting what
Go Linux hierarchy. It's not the same.
what anyway, so all of these on the bottom still act like normal Linux directories. Basically, you got your Nix store. This is the only thing tree showed up for binsh and user bin. So like that. And then Etsy, stuff still exists in Etsy. That's just for compatibility reasons. So what you'll see is that NixOS is like pretty, has been in development for a while. And so it has like a little bit of technical debt from, you know, trying to get everything to kind of work with each other. There's some efforts to kind of fix this, but what you'll see in Etsy is that most of it is symlinks to places in Nix/store, and yeah.
So if I want to edit like configuration file, would
Yeah.
I go looking in Etsy where I normally would, or would I like search
No.
Nix configuration?
You would edit your Nix configuration, and in your Nix configuration, every package has its own configuration options that are all in some standard configuration language. And if your thing wasn't built with Nix in mind, then those options just wrap around some kind of other configuration for that package. And so I thought it was interesting, like, and this is in Etsy, these are the things that are like not linked to a Nix store location. So like adjust time, I guess that makes sense, machine ID, shadow, stuff like that. It's interesting what they kept and what they didn't. You can also have, a weird thing about Nix is that you can have mutable and immutable users, which is kind of like an edge case I run into. So immutable users is all your user specification is in your configuration file, but then of course you have to hash your password and put it on there and stuff like that. And you could lock yourself out of your system if you do it wrong. Mutable users, they let you change user stuff and passwords with like normal commands. So maybe this is why like the sudoers in the past, like the shadow file is just a file and it's not linked anywhere, but whatever. So this is how you install it. And we'll do a demo a little bit later, but like it's pretty easy. I called it the right name in the title.
It's pretty easy, but I noticed you have to use Acme.
Yeah, it only comes with Acme installed by default.
Acme is the text editor where you break all your fingers.
Acme is a text editor that believes in mouse gestures instead of keyboard gestures.
Not even,
So that was
not
the
mouse
second joke,
gestures.
so you said
He actually believes in having a mouse with I think 12 buttons. He said.
Is that actually
Oh,
installed
man.
by default when you install it?
It is not installed by default. God. I have a lot to say about like these text editor binary names. Like, do you guys know VS Code?
Yes.
Their binary name is just called code, and I think that just so self-absorbed that like it just
Laravel is still the best example of this because the
Yeah.
motto is PHP framework for web artisans, and the command line is artesian.
yeah. If you use artesian to edit code or something,
Just it's like the command line is
Oh.
actually embedded there.
yeah, yes,
Nano is installed by default.
yes. Nano is installed. I think in the Graphicals Live CD, Vim is also installed. Emacs is not installed by default. Trigger warning. What?
Emacs is basically never installed.
Yeah, I don't think it is often. Quick aside, sign-in sheet. Did that happen? Okay, great. All right, whatever.
You have it.
I just pass it around. Okay, so that's the boring stuff that we're used to with Arch or whatever, what have you. But basically, yeah, you do something like there's a convenience function to generate some config based on your hardware. That's like what disks get mounted where, and then you edit your main configuration. And you can split these configuration files up, obviously, into like many different files. Like this language, by the way, is like a full language. There's recursion. There's primitives. Everything you could want in a language. There's no loops, obviously, because we want to be cool and we're functional. I mean, I get that. But basically,
Wait, doesn't it have functions?
it does not have functions. I'm kidding. Basically, you edit your main configuration file or whatever group of files. Maybe you like cat it from, you curl it from GitHub or from like CLBin or whatever. Then you run this command, which is also like a little bit of a convenience to kind of install into like a separate place than the current place, and then you reboot, and that should be good. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. You know, you used to have to configure like fonts and like locales. Like, who would want to do that? Now you still have to do that, but now it's all in one language instead of different files everywhere, you know, in some kind of like Unix way kind of thing. No, this is all just one unified, pure. Anyway, so this is the language. I've been talking about it a while, and this is basically what it looks like. It has all. It's like, you know, a complete language. It has like lambdas, functions, whatever. But like you'll see a lot of these, and basically it's just like a lot of configurations of things, and a lot of like keys and values everywhere. It's a lot of keys and values. It's like 90% that, and you like there's different ways to write them, and it's very much, yeah, it's very self-explanatory. I don't know why they decided to go with a new language instead of like an existing one, but you know, whatever. It's not my project.
Do you have any good examples of this too?
I do have some GUIX examples. It's in the future. Yeah. So you would do this. Let's see. Yeah, here's some more about Nix to prove to you that like it's a full language. I can make a Fibonacci number, so I can like in the port selection thing, I can make ports only Fibonacci numbers, and like that would be pretty cool, right?
Only primes? Is that the...
You could also make it only, but I think primes are less dense, so I don't know why you would want that, you know.
How many primes are Fibonacci numbers?
Primes that aren't Fibonacci?
What?
Is that a set of numbers?
Say again? I can't hear you.
Don't you need braces on this or like white space?
No. So the braces are just for objects, like key value maps. This is just, yeah. Actually, like a lot of the white space doesn't matter. It's mostly parentheses. And then the semicolon is like there for some, I don't know. I don't know this language too well. But you know, it's your run-of-the-mill functional-ish language. I will say arrays in this are not like recursive lists. They're just like normal arrays with like a bound. So that kind of threw me for a loop. They're not using cons lists, man. I tried doing merge sort with this, and then I realized that, and I was like, I'm not doing that. But you could do merge sort. You could do yeah. Anyway, you could do everything. So, hang on. Let's see. All right. So here's an example. So here is kind of like what a Nix thing looks like. So quick aside, this top level thing is a function declaration, believe it or not, and what is afterward is a function body. And so like with all functional languages, the first, like the, what is it, the init parameters. So the first part, except for the last one, is the like input parameters, and then the last parameter is the return value. So systemd is the one and only bootloader. That's you know. Anyway. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, Gummy Boot was recently moved to systemd bootd, and you know I enjoy it, but whatever. Okay, so you take in a config and then some packages or whatever, and then you return this, which is just like an object of configuration elements. So this is like this is object, or yes, like with arrows in in Haskell or whatever. So this is really simple. Basically, there's just like a lot of here's your languages, here's your time zones, the core packages in my opinion, which is NeoVim, which I'm glad that exists in the repo. And then you just enable SSH, enable printing. Personally, these are kind of like too specific. Well, we'll see. Okay, and here's my users, etc. See, that was like 114 something lines, and I get KDE5. Of course, maybe you didn't see that KDE5 was listed there, but trust me that it happens, and we'll see that it happens. Okay. Now we're on GuixSD. You're excited? There's all this mystery in the logo, like. Oh, you're gonna love this. It's yeah. Okay. Let's just get to it. So, yes.
Suppose I want a package that's not in the
Uh huh. That's really hard. I mean, like, if you want, so the answer is if you want the benefits from like NixOS, you should write your own thing for this. If you don't, you just save it somewhere in your home directory and run it and add it to your path. I don't know if there's a middle ground here, you know, like. What's up? Oh no, it won't fuck it up. Like you just won't, you won't get like, when you roll back and stuff, that thing will just stay there.
How the hell does this work with things like certbot where you want to edit this, the CA cert comps every day? Do you have to regenerate your database comp over and over again?
Yeah, but it's quick.
You want to update your SSL? You just say that how do you get your SSL cert and then you made that application service, which is
Okay, well,
Nix does have its own like thing for admin where you can just declare like what service you want where and it'll take care of it. So I'm not entirely sure.
You can tell her if you like want it, like you can get that auto generated.
Yeah, it automatically returns when over the entire.
yeah. It's actually fairly quick to regenerate your configuration.
If you want to look at like after your rotation,
Yeah.
look at like certs. I've got everything online.
There's also a thing called NixOps, which is NixOS for DevOps. So if you're into that, I'm gonna move this. Okay. So GNU's advanced distro and blah and package manager.
Oh god, can I run this with Linux instead of Herd?
It runs herd, which is the obviously the best part.
I was so excited and now I'm so disappointed.
It
It runs Herd.
it also is written in Scheme.
I wasn't even wrong. It uses New Shepherd. It's so easy things.
It was created on the winter solstice of last year, and it runs on GNU Shepherd. So like all these Shepherd and Solstice. Yeah, the init system is completely in Scheme. You can like do polymorphic functions over your services, etc. in the weird way that is Scheme. And this is something that so Shepherd has been worked on for like a long time. I mean, you guys know GNU. They like start something,
You know what else?
they work on it for a really long time.
GNU Herd was worked on for a really long time.
GNU Her was also worked on for ages, and I don't think it's on a stable release yet.
Using the XKCD about like operating systems that I use.
Yeah.
Like after the heat death of the universe.
GNU Herd will be finished after the heat death of the universe. So it's kind of like Nix, but it's GNU, right? I have a conspiracy theory that says that they made it on the winter solstice because they wanted to draw attention from Nix, which has its logo is a snowflake. So I think they knew what they were doing with that. Oh yeah, we should take a look at these websites. Like, why don't I put the link here if we're not gonna take a look? Look at this like leet.
Has it had like a
Leet.
one over release yet? Like is it
Oh yeah, do you guys want to see something really, really, really familiar? Watch this really closely. Alright, I don't know what, like,
Oh my god, he's using the Emacs terminal.
yeah, okay, that's not what I wanted you to see.
Is it the GNU/store? One thing I've written online.
Yeah, there it is.
Built on top of
GNU/store.
Oh, does it have a checksum?
Yeah, it's like the same thing, except that instead of Nix, it says GNU. And there's many reasons for that, and like one of the big reasons is that if you're writing a GNU thing, it's got to be full Libre, man. You can't have a single thing of proprietary like garbage in there. If they're no view or whatever, is that even GPL? I don't remember.
Who's part of the Linux kernel, so probably not.
But this is Linux Libre, which is only Linux.
No is open source, it's just like
Okay.
not very good.
It's not good at all. Oh yeah, it's not. Linux Libre is really interesting. It only lets you run free, open drivers.
Is there a version of GUIs that's like detached from GNU that's also not Nix?
So you can install all these separately. Nix is its own separate package manager you can install on your system. Guix is you can also install on your system. So if you like
Is there like a GUIs version distro?
distro,
That is not being managed by GNU?
what you can do is you can actually use Nix, but like make a thing that takes like Lisp and changes it into the Nix configuration.
You're making me cry.
Which that won't be that bad. Like
When you install Nix on the Linux system, you basically install that system.
you can install Nix
What you do is change the
on a Guix system.
Nix to simply
What have you done?
Oh.
that would definitely work.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I use both of these systems.
And it's 3 months old, guys. That's like really young. Yeah. So it's got a lot of stuff missing from it. Like, you know, it can only run being a GNU project, free software, as I mentioned before. So even like drivers can't be closed source. All of the package management is source driven from that same thing. But like a good part, you can look at it this way, is that Nix went through a lot of trouble and accumulated some debt from it being created, and Guix got to like start, you know, fresh all on its own, but it got to take a lot of lessons from Nix. So a lot of the like user experience is kind of, many people say that Guix has a nicer user experience kind of thing. But like, yeah, so that's the thing with this. So like, flame wars are gonna happen. There's if you search for Guix versus Nix, like you're just gonna be angry at yourself.
Wait, can you go on the last one?
You can't actually quote me as saying Steve is cool because I think communist is significantly cooler.
But you think it's at least cool.
Is this an actual link? Did I say this somewhere?
Now you're worried, huh?
Please click on this.
I don't even know what this goes. I mean,
Okay, it's gonna be Rickroll.
It's a YouTube video.
alright. What? Alright, maybe later. So, familiar, right? This is exactly what we saw later. And why are they all like the same thing? It's because they're all based on this paper that came out in 04. It is this one. Nix, a safe policy-free system for software deployment. So I don't know, like, what is this like field of computer science? Because it's like, it's not DevOps. You can't like get a PhD in DevOps, you know. Yeah. Anyway, so we go down to this section of like, here we go, Nix store. You see basically a lot of like what we're seeing already. Here's kind of like some old version of the language from what I can tell, or maybe the current version. Hard to say. But basically, yeah. There's so many symlinks here, guys. You have no idea. There's like, after installing KDE, there was like created 4,000 symlinks at the very end of the install process. But you know, it makes it work, and that's the important bit.
So if you do an upgrade to KDE, you
Yeah.
still have the old version of KDE.
Yeah,
So won't that eventually fill this space?
it will. Yeah.
What about
Anyway,
the issue with the path? Did you figure that out?
which
How that works?
which path issue?
Like,
So many.
if I run, say, LX in the terminal,
Uh-huh.
Nix or Guix,
Uh-huh.
they have this weird store set up.
Yeah.
Like, how does it figure out what the lesson on Nix?
That's a great question. And we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at a Nix system really soon. No, well, we'll see it. It's but like he's saying, what's the path when everything is in a Nix store? Yeah. No, I'm sure. When I boot up the Nix, we'll see like what the path variable is. We'll do some exploring. Yeah, demo. Okay. I'm installing Nix. I don't know what you guys are. I had downloaded Guix. I like tried for like a few minutes. I couldn't figure out how to boot the live CD. It was whatever. It's probably because I'm dumb, but like I got Nix working, so we're gonna show you Nix tonight. So this is what Guile scheme is. It looks really. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah. But if you say if you say Microsoft Visual Studio C++, then it actually matters. You know that you specify the compiler.
Yeah, the But this is like this is like SRE for Scheme.
I'm glad it's not Microsoft too. Anyway, so this is how you describe, this is like the system D unit file in Scheme. This is like the system configuration in Scheme. I mean, this is like Shepherd, right? So this doesn't actually get converted into system D unit file. But like, basically that's what it is. And like, there's some extra stuff here in Guix. So if you really like Scheme, you know, you could also be Scheme. You could be Scheme if you really wanted to. So basically, like, your package manager, init system, everything could be now written in a Lisp. So like,
Emacs is unfortunately not good.
oh, damn it. Isn't it in Emacs? Isn't it configured in Emacs Lisp?
Sorry?
It's configured in Emacs Lisp though.
It's written as 80% Emacs list, but it's got like a 20% C core.
Got it.
You're at Emacs.
This is exact. Okay, trigger warning. Another online thing.
Say that again.
Trigger warning. Basically, if you Google this, what is the advantages systemd? You always So I always
This is DMD. DMD is really nice.
DMD is the old name for Shepherd, and they changed it because it was conflicted with another package. I don't know which package that was. I guess its name was DMD. D.
Oh, that's right.
Oh wait, say again.
I thought it's the
Decompiler. Okay, I feel it. Anyway, this guy is really into C, I guess, but like, lesson here is don't read Hacker News, don't read Quora, because they're all garbage.
I mean, this guy's got the 5 mathematics undergrad.
Oh man. Oh shit. Okay, I don't want to pick on this guy like too hard. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Don't all math majors like some weird functional shit? These are examples. Like I'll post these slides and the link in the description. I get to point down here, I guess.
Wait, no, by the time this like video gets enough views, YouTube will have already moved it like back to the right again.
It's true. Just fuck that.
I guess.
I'll just rotate it. And now we're at the demo. Sweet. So we do.
You make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I know. So like KRunner is really weird when you have multiple desktops and your window manager's i3, which is a lot to say. Just I'm gonna run VirtualBox from the command line. Okay.
Oh, and I still don't understand what you mean by the resize thing being broken. I tested it, so it works.
The resize? Oh no, it's broken.
No,
It's totally broken.
you can fix your thing.
Okay, here's the thing. Look, these I changed it 5 times, which just means I'm like a bad Nix user. You can play Nix Golf, I guess, with how many like epochs you need, but going in our 5th generation now, after thousands of layers of neural nets, making the best desktop ever.
No, actually,
Isn't that what you're doing already? Wow.
I love that mouse.
Look at that. Look at that. So this is STDM. This was a really short configuration file. This was like maybe 50 lines or so of actual Nix things. There's the rest of it were comments. You can log in. We see that. There's also a configuration for VirtualBox guest editions if you really want all that shit. I didn't include it here because I forgot about it, but you know, to each their own. So like it's been slow. I don't think that's. I think it's because of my virtual machine, but I don't know. Okay. Let's not get too flame wars right now. Oh yeah, it's console in Katie. Okay, whatever. Wow, look at that. It's so beautiful. So yeah, here's our NixOS. So if we wanted to echo our path, Oh yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Oh shit, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a link. It's like a default store or something.
What did you do?
Did you know that your environment variable memory uses the same memory as the arguments that you can pass to your commands? So with a large enough path, you can no longer call any commands because there is no memory left to pass.
No way.
So a sufficiently advanced Nix system is thus unusable.
That's fucked up.
For literally every package.
Wait, did you do that manually, or is that?
No, this is automatic. But this is okay. This is how real DevOps is done. All right. This is what the real world looks like. It's ugly.
Where does that get initialized?
It's not your ideal system.
You have to like.
So it depends on, of course, our bash, like the shell, obviously, initializes it. So there's this run current system flag, and there's all this shit in it.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Slash bin.
Bin. Oh, okay.
So all you need is that.
So here's our current system, and here's like, so this is like the current system, obviously. Then we have some bin, and there's a shit ton of symlinks here. Oh man. But you pay the symlink weird thing price for no more dependency hell, which is really nice. So I'll show you what it takes to, NVim, of course. Basically you do etc NixOS configuration.nix. I got you. Here we go. Alright, so this is just like talking about another file. So let's install something. Nathan, since you're here, you know how to configure Nix a lot. Tell me like a good example configuration. What do you guys want to change to this? Okay.
You're not slow. You gotta.
You don't need to be root.
Emacs.
Because that's the only user.
Oh wait, no. He's right.
It's gonna change your rebuilding file.
Where is it? Packages.
Maybe you should demo changing your MRC so you don't have to type in the replacement.
That's right. If you're a Vim user, you can actually configure your Vim and your Vim plugins in this Nix config, and have that, be saved and everything.
What if you didn't want that to be configured by?
Yeah,
What if you didn't want
Well,
your
if you
system?
don't want the niceties of like this package management structure, you would save it like in some thing that isn't managed by Nix. So like your home directory makes sense, like stuff like that. Your .vim in your home would make sense. But yeah, let's do large packages, Emacs. Okay, more things.
You already have
I already have LibreOffice.
What's not like
Yeah, there's like
you don't have to do like Wireshark.
yeah.
That's kind of like each some weird configuration and
So let's do.
See if you can't install just the CLI version.
I don't know. I don't even know how to do this Emacs stuff.
On other package managers, it's just commands and.
is there a power line package?
No. Don't put that poison in this configuration. This is pure Colin. Yeah. Let's
Stump's the best one to manage.
let's try what's a good window manager?
Although actually EXW is better than Stump.
Well, okay, no, let's do xmodad, because we're in a functional world. So obviously. Anyway. So now to do it, you do NixOS, and there's a lot of like stuff, and basically NixOS rebuild, and then I think switch to rebuild your thing, and then switch to it after you rebuild it. So let's see what it does.
Is there just a generic update?
Oh no! So when we have this kind of thing, we can use NixEnv to search for packages, which could totally work if I knew how to use it. But, alright, whatever. If you don't know how to use like the Nix package manager, you can just go to Nix packages, and believe it or not, it's just a GitHub repo that you can go to, which is also weird, but you know, that's how Rust does it, and Rust has never made a mistake in the world, obviously. So like, we'll. Yeah, with packages. You got it. So there's also a command line. Oops, there's a command line.
Obviously, they anticipated this issue because they named it with packages.
Yeah, let me just like show you the Nix packages repo. 101,000 commits. That's like the most I've seen ever.
You want to see more commits of that?
No.
Look up the Linux kernel repo.
It's in
Oh yeah, the Linux kernel. What user is it? Yeah, Torvalds.
Oh wow.
No, it's infinity contributors. That it just means everyone. It's for everyone. Okay.
Infinity contributors.
So much finity.
So that's like 0 commits per person.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Josh. How about another BSPWM? Does anyone actually use that here? Do you actually use it?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also install that option theme.
I'm not judging you.
Use awesome.
Use the window manager SXKD. For SX. You're using GuixSD.
Simona. Oops.
I just found this guy called GuixSD.
No, the same guy who wrote.
All right, wait. Anything else, Jay?
Simple X hotkey SX.
Oh my God. No.
No, it's SX.
SX. Right there.
SXHKD.
Oh my God. Guys, what is this? Yeah, because who wants to type letters that mean something?
The simple X hotkey name. It means plenty.
Alright, now since we know all the packages exist, we can do this.
Will it like show you the compiling process? Or will it
It depends. It's probably like cached binaries because we didn't change any configs. Or, you know, it's possible. So all this stuff. Look at all those symlinks. You see that? 31,000.
Vision died.
Oh no.
Is there a limit to like the number?
Oh yeah.
No.
Let's go there. Yeah, always run everything with sudo, no matter what. Like that. You know, you can actually in your shell, you can actually do a thing where you can automatically rerun something with sudo if the last command failed, which is, I think, obviously what you want. Okay. So now we should have Emacs. Ta-da! See, we didn't have to do anything weird, reboot or something. But now our current install is this, and when we reboot, we'll see generation 6, which... What?
Hit Alt X.
The version right there, 20.5.
Alt X version.
Okay, so now in that's their demo. If you install the latest Emacs,
Yeah, can you install Emacs 25 and then
25. Yes, you could do that, but we could. Well, a cooler thing we could do is go into BSPWM.
It's cooler than installing Emacs 25 and includes WebKit.
if you run this window manager, you also can start a shell. Otherwise, you're going to be screwed.
Does it really include WebKit?
WebKit was, I don't know if they rejected the patches or not, but when I checked, they accepted the WebKit patches to Emacs 25 so that you can now render emails and YouTube correctly.
Oh my God. Could it include both?
We're sick of using its email system without actually being able to.
Oh no, guys, BSPWM isn't showing up.
Maybe to restart the.
Wow, garbage, Nix.
Garbage,
Wow.
garbage.
Only display is
Yeah. So like stuff Nix rebuild won't do. It won't restart your display manager and other things like. So that when you run it, like your whole system doesn't like get restarted, and all your stuff gets lost. So it won't restart your display manager. Generation 6, you can restart it yourself for sure. So this is NixOS is on System D. I feel like the answer is you can put other init systems on it, but I honestly don't know. Oh no, it's still not there. Although Xterm, I was surprised to find out was like an option. So before I had KDE5, this is awful. I don't.
No, then you can just like.
What
start it up
Xterm?
Or just do Control Shift.
Actually, you can use systemctl, start using the engine.
This is the most bloated terminal you can run. No, you haven't seen the really. So the guys who wrote X when they released Xterm, one of the engineers released this big rant where he's talking about how like all the X code is really nice, but then he starts talking about Xterm and he's like, "This is the most bloated thing I've ever seen in my life." Xterm's like notorious for being bloated and slow, which is why you expertise in that.
That's why like console is a thing.
Really bad at the X steps.
All right, so just to prove to you guys, sudo that systemd is installed. BTL. What is
I
it?
believe you that system is installed. I don't like if you're lying.
BSPWM. No.
It's not a service. It's not a service.
Is it really a service? Why would you have it as a service? Yeah. But how would you? How?
Well, okay, if you manually create an X and an RC, then just switch to a virtual terminal.
Yeah.
In the shell, manually start that.
Here we go.
Control Alt F1.
Yeah, here.
Log in.
Now I install SDM and then
Wait, you shouldn't be root, I don't think.
I'm always root. S.
X.
No.
it's SDM.
No, it's not SD.
SSDM.
This is all different for things, probably.
Display.
SD is not a service on anything.
Okay. Figured it out. Okay, what? BSPWM.
You don't have to like, so edit your dot X in it.
That's non-functional, so it doesn't exist.
It is non-functional.
Or is it X?
It's Xinit RC.
Oh wait, what is it? BSPWM? Is this it?
Xinit RC, you're not able to do that.
Just saved it. I mean, it's just renamed it.
Okay, this?
Yeah. And then just.
Usually the X is actually
that-
capitalized because
No,
the
you
X
have
is
to
volume
volume
line.
Oh, you don't have to start X. This isn't gonna work.
Okay, enough.
Wait, look in user share. Where's the application?
Just type X11.
Oh, you guys.
Sorry.
A final look.
Yeah, let's install Calstate.
GuixGuile. Sorry. If you guys want to embed Scheme in your apps, which GNU really wants you to do, you can look at this Q webpage and learn about Guile. This is a surprisingly cute thing for a GNU project, so I thought I might show it off. All right.
They never say so ego this entire page runs.
You think? Scheme. All right.
On the site.
Guile is a language.
Okay, thank you guys.
In the same way that adding an extra function to the standard library of C makes it a language.
I hope you learned something about functional things, but more importantly, NixOS and whatever we just did. Like, if you guys are fed up with configuration management and always want your super special snowflake configuration thing to happen on your desktop, consider the Snowflake OS or NixOS for your needs. It's incredibly simple and easy, and like everything's so good. Everything it's bigly. These OS are the best OSs. I know the best OSs. And anyway, guys, for those of you on the live stream, subscribe to us, please, because we need 100 to get like weird YouTube features. And I promise, if I get any gifts from YouTube, I'll like give it out over here, but that's very unlikely. Okay. Goodbye live stream. Yeah.